Try to do this the first time. I didn't press record on a recorder though. So, welcome to the very first episode or podcast. First time. We don't have a name, but I think for now we're just gonna call it like father, like son.
Sounds
But
good. Sounds good.
but basically to introduce yourself first. My name is Manny. I am a junior in high school, little small one. But my interests and everything, I do play COD. If many of you actually recognize the shirt, LA Thieves. I play baseball. I do photography. I do a lot of videography. So a lot of the editing and everything is gonna come from me. Um, and yeah, why don't you go?
And I am the father of Father Like
Yeah.
Son. My name is John. Manny is my son. So, yeah, we're trying this out. This is season 1, episode 1, the pilot. This may also be season 1, last episode. No, hopefully
No.
not. But
Hopefully not.
that's
Definitely
what
not.
we're at. I am, like I said, his father. I work as a therapist, but I like to have fun. I like to
Finally
have fun.
licensed.
Finally licensed as a therapist recently, so I like to have fun though. Star Wars, just
Oh.
buff.
Yeah.
Love baseball, so I love watching him play baseball. Learning about COD, Call of Duty, for those that don't know.
Very
for
slowly.
the fathers that might not know.
Very slowly.
But yes, slow on the uptake. And yeah, so that's us. And we're just here, I think, trying to have fun, talk about
That's
things.
mainly it. Just whatever it is. I know a lot of the COD stuff you guys are gonna hear from me because I'm the COD head out of us two.
And my face will be. So
His face will probably be a lot just monotone because he doesn't understand it. I'm heavy on the CDO. For those who don't know, the Call of Duty League. Yes, gaming is a league, and yes, people actually win a lot of prizes.
Oh, they win a lot of. I just learned they win a lot of prizes, millions.
So this past summer, I think started in March. I believe started in March, and it ended August 5th. The weekend of August 5th. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. There was Call of Duty League champs, or CDO champs, as a lot of them like to discuss it as. And
At the Galen Center.
Galen Center at USC.
Yes.
The logo has to be in front of you. In front of you.
See that logo?
In front of you.
It's got to be in front of me.
You see, now they can hear you now. CDL. I have always followed one organization, gaming organization, which is 100 Thieves, and I followed them from like Courage, Valkyrie, and then later on I learned about like Nate Shot, and then the 100 Thieves BO4 team, the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 team, and then they took that break in 2019, which was kind of sad, and then pulled it back up in Cold War season, but that wasn't really the best season. But the 2021 or 2022 CDO champs was actually Los Angeles Thieves in what almost felt like a 5-0 victory. 4 dominant ass maps. Dear Lord, I thought we were going to go 5-0. That would be the quickest CDO champs, I think, in a while. Obviously, I did go for that one, but I did have my dad there, and we did have mother there. And they actually enjoyed it. Believe it or not, they enjoyed video games.
But we enjoyed that event. I don't know if I'll be gaming much, but it was really exciting. It was our first time, and feeling the old heads here, but obviously there was plenty of adults, youth screaming, everybody.
There was a lot of screaming.
There was a lot of
adults.
screaming, but it was hyped. So it was a great experience. I will say, I will admit, it was a great experience. Didn't expect it that way, but it was cool.
And the thing, I want to say one, like the thing that really differs from, I know you guys, I know a lot of people have like their basic sports teams. Like for us, it's the Giants and it's the Warriors. For him, it's the Niners. I don't really follow football as much, but I hear this one scream all the time. I will be gaming in my room and I hear, get his ass! And I'm like, dear Lord, all
Now,
the time.
I will admit, yes, Manny is correct. He will hear me as he is gaming. That would be on Sundays, sometimes Thursdays, maybe Mondays as well, right? So that's 3 days out of the week. Now, if you could just imagine when he's out of school and he's gaming 5, 6, 7 days a week,
Not all the time.
all we're hearing is a little Samuel Jackson in the back, motherfucker, and all kinds of bleeping other things because of something happening. Whether he won or he didn't, I'm not sure. When he comes with a big smile, then we know he won. If he doesn't come out, then yeah, I don't know if he's throwing other things in the room. But yeah, but yeah, that's 5, 6, 7 days a week. We hear that. So.
That is only if I'm off. During school, it's
Yes.
only 2.
That's right. That's right.
But shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, CDO, and sports. So the weird thing about it is that a lot of when you go to like baseball games, football games, hockey games, basketball games, like anything, there's always side conversation. There's always a conversation going around, whether it's some random thing, family drama, friend drama, school drama. You could hear it all. But the good thing, I don't say the good thing, but the cool thing about the CDL is that everyone is invested. So when it comes to search and destroy is basically just it's if you have a bomb, if you're on the attacking team, go plant it or kill all the people. And if you're on the defending team, either defuse the bomb if it's planted and then kill the other people. But when it comes to games and modes like that, you can feel the energy in the room all the time. The whole energy in the room is just dead. It's really into the game, focusing on what's happening. When it is the hype moments, then you can just hear the crowd roaring. But I think it was just as the first event that we had gone to
Yes.
for like something other than sports,
Yes.
like esports. I feel like this was probably one of the greatest, like
A way to introduce.
yeah, basically.
I would agree. What I would just again to backtrack just a little bit, the teams that he's talking about, they do play against each other. There are
Yes, they do.
4 against 4, and he mentioned search and destroy, right?
Yes, there's
So
3
the-
different game modes.
Right.
There's hard point, control, and then search and destroy.
So all of these things, you're matched up. You have a certain goal for each of those kind of categories, right? And when one team gets to the goal and wins it, that match ends. And I believe, is it 5 matches they have to win?
When it's regular gameplay, it is best of 5, but it's when it's the grand finals of each of the things, it's a best of 9.
Yeah.
And a lot may be thinking, God damn, that's a lot of games to play. When you're really into the game, like if there's a best of 9 for like basketball, but it's like you have to do a certain thing to do a thing, or like baseball or football, it could actually go by really fast.
Yeah.
So like we were there for 4, 5 games,
I think so, yep.
and we were there since the beginning. And it started at 10 a.m., 10:30. Doors open at 10:30.
I think it started at 12.
Game started at 12. So they gave you time to like eat, shop around, see all like the previous grand finals champions and everything. But I think when we got out of there, it was like maybe 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Something like that. Sounds about right. Yep.
But like it was like 5 whole games. And games, so when I say games, I mean like the game of the best of 5. When it's matches, that's when it's like, oh, they won a match, so it's 1-0. It sounds confusing, but
The one thing I would say is yes, it sounds confusing. It was confusing. It probably wasn't until like day 2 that we got the hang of it. Me
Yeah.
and his mother. Um, but the one thing I will say, even though again we're talking about, 5 of 9 or all these big numbers and all those hours that were spent, it actually goes by quick. Like it really, uh, if you could imagine, I would probably say that football or basketball are kind of the more intense games as far as like being into it and there's a lot of action. This was like maybe times 20 because there aren't timeouts in the same way. There aren't, I mean, like the action until that match ends, it's just go, 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 go,
Yeah,
go.
all
And
of it. There's no stop.
Yeah, and there's all
There's
kinds
absolutely
of
no stop.
visual, like receptor kind of things that you're taking in, and it's just nonstop. So it's cool, again, and the time goes by real quick.
Yeah. So that's COD.
That was COD. Yes.
COD is gonna be my thing.
COD would be his thing.
Star Wars will be his thing.
And he's lying.
Okay.
We're both Star Wars.
I am Star
We're
Wars.
both
I am
But
Star Wars.
as you
But-
can imagine, I have been at it longer since it came out when I was a young kid. But I'll say this: it's always been a joy. It's always been cool that Manny has also taken to Star Wars. I know other folks where their kids may not give a rat's ass about Star Wars. So for us to have something to share like that, it's a cool thing, and new things. New things come out. We'll probably talk about some of that later on. I don't know if I like all the new things.
Andor.
That's the latest. Andor's the latest. But I'm saying like the last trilogy. We will talk about things later on. But
Oh,
as
a whole lot of things.
yeah, as Maddie said, Star Wars definitely is a big thing for me since I was young. And sports. He already named some of the teams. And then yeah, I mean, our hope is probably to end up talking about
Go with
just
the flow.
things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With the flow, though, I'm going to throw it out there. This may timestamp actually when we're doing this. So last night, history was made. History was made.
History was made.
What was that history, man?
St. Louis Cardinals. They have the 4th person to ever hit 700 home runs in his career. And his name is Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols. When I was born, and once I started going into baseball in depth, he was actually on the Angels.
Mhm.
So I didn't know about him getting drafted by Cardinals, picked up by Cardinals, go to LA, then just go across the street from LA, go to Dodger Stadium, which boo Dodgers,
Boo, Dodgers.
just to come back to St. Louis. And I feel like for that one, that coming back to St. Louis, the team that drafted you,
Yeah.
to then retire with 700 plus,
Plus, right? He ain't done yet. He's been on fire.
still have shit ton of games left.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you knew this. And a while back, they haven't used it in a while, but they nicknamed him the Machine.
Yeah,
He was
I think
nicknamed
they
the
did.
The Machine.
I think they did title it that.
La Máquina. That's bad.
Jeez.
But yeah,
Oh.
700. He hit 699 and 700 at Dodger Stadium last night. And one of the things that, as Manny mentioned, because he was already on the Dodgers, there weren't very many boos, or I think if any at all in the stands. Like there was just hella love for him.
I don't even think like Dodger Stadium. Like if they went to Pirates Stadium, Busch Stadium,
Oh yeah.
there would still be cheers. Like Albert Pujols has been one of those
That's
players
true.
that have
That's true.
made a stamp on
Yeah, that's true.
anybody. No matter if he hit the home run off your team or not, he's been one. I feel like even like Shohei.
Yeah.
Like if he goes to a different team and he isn't in Angel Stadium,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna hate him.
He got
for
respect.
him.
He just got straight respect.
Yeah. I feel even I know he kind of fell off once he got traded from the Cubs. Anthony Rizzo. I remember him as much as people tried to hate him, they just couldn't hate him. Him and Freddie Freeman, I know that was like
Yeah.
brother bond from different teams.
I think a Mike Trout probably is in that.
Mike Trout
Yeah,
too.
he's there. One that isn't, unfortunately, but part of the Giants. Barry Bonds. They would have hated the hell out of him if he would have hit that at Dodger Stadium.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
They would have
I
thrown
still
it.
don't-
They would have ripped it. lit that ball on fire.
I still don't like that he's not in Hall of Fame.
You know,
Like, okay, steroid era and all, but you have McGuire, Sosa. I think is McGuire in the Hall of Fame?
no, McGuire, Sosa, they're not in. But this is where I start that argument. Bud Selig, who was the commissioner during that time, is in the Hall of Fame. He got put into the Hall of Fame.
Didn't he promote steroid era?
I wouldn't say promoted it. I don't think that anybody promoted as the main guy. But if he is able to go into the Hall of Fame, then anything under his jurisdiction or when he was there should be allowed. You know, like was Bonds a jerk to the media? It seemed like it. You know, there's two sides of that. I applaud many of the players who still have a good relationship with the media, you know, while they're playing. But at some point too, you get like too into people's business. Like,
yeah, that's the one thing that I hate about media.
well, you know, when you're an athlete, right? The fans are always wanting a picture. Like, these people are still humans, and at some point they need some rest. But I don't think they are allowed that, right? And so,
Like fans and autographs and like memorabilia and all that stuff. Like they're not gonna ask you, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" Like,
right, dumb questions.
Dumb questions like that. I remember there was a dumb question, and it wasn't baseball. It was actually basketball. It was with Kevin Durant, and reporter asked him. Reporter asked him, "Why do people call you KD?" And I'm like, that has to be one of the most. That has to be the dumbest question I think in media history. If you guys don't know, the dude's name is literally Kevin K. Durant with a D. Obviously, for the ones who don't follow basketball, but a lot of people call him KD.
Yep.
His nickname when he left the Thunder was Snake or Cupcake.
Okay.
I didn't understand that one, but
I
I guess he looked like a cupcake.
Yeah.
But like there has been stupid media questions. It actually wasn't even professional. It was a college question. It was I forget who the dude was, but I think he was a power forward. But if one of you guys know it, please let us know. But it was actually the reporter asked, he's all like, so and so out rebounded you guys. How did that happen? And this player legitimately like says how a rebound is got. Like glass, it comes off the glass of the board. You grab it, come down with it. That's a board or a rebound. And they had more of those than we did. Like media is just dumb at times.
I think what it is sometimes some media doesn't know or hasn't played the sport, hasn't done whatever it is. And I get that they want to ask questions, but they don't frame it right. And so again, I mean, going back to even what I was saying with Bonds, and I think many other players get this, you know, they're asked a question. Oh, well, why did you strike out? Well, because I missed the ball for the third strike. That's how I struck. I mean, like, people don't take into account it happens in baseball. People strike out.
Anyone. Some
people more rarely. Some people are better at it. Some people a lot. I mean, we know some players that are, you know, over 200 strikeouts, and they're, you know, they set records at it, right? And yet they're still baseball players, right? So it happens to some. It doesn't happen to others as much. So asking
Babe Ruth struck out.
Yeah, but to ask questions is like, it's a part of the game. There's like really no rhyme or reason. It's part of the game. Just like there's outs, just like there's runs, just like, you know, some people get hit, you know, a hit batter, you walk, all these things. So
there's a lot that are by accident, but then there's the funny ones that are intentional.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, this all started because we said we were giving props. We were giving, you know, Pujols his flowers. So, yeah. 700, that just happened last night, 699 and 700. Just want to, again, recap. That's where we were at.
That's a good one.
And that's a huge, that's a good history and stuff.
I think Star Wars.
Old
head.
I mean, we could talk on Star Wars. We haven't watched the new series yet.
We haven't watched Andor.
So
but-
this came out just last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Past Wednesday. So we're gonna catch up on that and talk about it probably next time.
next week.
Yeah. But
There are a couple Disney Plus shows
Yep.
that I know. I know I've been watching it, but I don't know if other things have happened with it. Okay, well, back. First camera died on us.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, first
First
camera died on us.
Season.
But
So you was
think-
talking about the other Disney Plus.
the Disney Plus shows.
Yep.
I think one that has it's a rough start to Phase 4 for Marvel is She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Yep.
And I only say this because I don't know where She-Hulk is going to end up in the MCU.
Okay.
And at this moment in time, it looks like this is going to be another show where nothing's happening.
Hmm.
Like, I don't want to put hate on it, but like WandaVision, cool. Explain Wanda's story, everything. But she came back for Multiverse of Madness.
Right. It led into that.
It led back into that. If you guys have not watched any of these things, I'm sorry, but these things came out years ago, so
Yeah.
kind of late on it. But it led into it, and then she just dies, and I'm like, well, there goes Wanda, and this is timeline or Earth 616, and this is the main one. This is kind of dumb, but She-Hulk, I think, is one that I don't know where it's going, and I don't know what it's leading to.
Well, I will say this, for me at least, and I haven't watched She-Hulk. I saw the first episode, and it didn't grab me. But I'll be honest, many of the latest series that Marvel has not captured me in the first 2, maybe 3 episodes. I was so bored with WandaVision at first in the first 2 episodes. I
The
was like,
first 2 episodes I dearly hated.
yeah. So it was like completely like, what the hell is this? And then though, when I think it was maybe the 3rd episode, it was like, oh, hold on.
And then
something
it
happened.
it kicked into gear.
Right.
I think
I even had to go back and watch the other ones to be like, all right, wait a
yeah,
minute.
I had
Did
to
did
redo.
catch on?
I think the only like actual Marvel show I think it captured both of our attentions was actually Moon Knight.
Moon Knight?
was that one that was just what the hell?
For a lot of people, it sounded initially like they had a hard time capturing. And so this, I'll say to what you're pointing out, I think it got to me or it resonated with me because of being a therapist. So there was this, the plot about it, and then, it was multiple.
There's an identity disorder.
Right. And so all these identities, it kind of just flowed with, what that field of work. And so it made more sense to me. And sure, it kind of captured me. So I think you're right. I think that one, I haven't watched Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, I did not like Miss
yeah.
Marvel. I watched
Loki was good.
Loki's good. Loki's coming back for season 2. So is Moon Knight.
Moki. Wow,
Yeah,
combine that.
Moki, Moon Knight, Loki.
Those were good. And Hawkeye.
I liked Hawkeye.
It was bad. It wasn't bad.
It kind of went slow, but
Right.
I still liked
Yeah.
Hawkeye just for the sense it's like Clint Barton finally got his own thing.
Sure.
Of course, it wasn't a movie, how a lot of us probably would have wanted.
Sure. Well, there was a lot more story, I think, to tell too on how his return. What the actual Clint Barton that I would want to see is when he
Ronin,
became Ronin. And
Killing Spree,
yeah,
the
like
samurai.
I know that's been portrayed in comics before. So that transition, maybe that tells a little bit already. So for you guys to know, often we'll look at the dark side of stuff, like the darker things. So
The darker things sometimes are the better things, though.
it paints a full picture because we hear so much of, obviously now with
good.
right, and now with Marvel and Star Wars and a lot of things, being under Disney, there's that Disney formula, right? Where
It's not the
there's a hero.
Disney form where it's
Yay.
someone's in danger,
Someone gets saved. And
someone
there's
gets
a
saved
hero.
by big strong man.
Yeah, that's right. Or something.
Things happen.
That's more women lately. More women, but yes.
Well, now yes, but back
Yes.
back in
then.
old times it was big strong man comes saves you
Yes.
and
Yes.
happily ever after.
Yes.
That's the one thing that I still hate about Disney. Disney has the same formula, and I don't care.
This is true.
I do not care if you try and change my mind. If you go to Sleeping Beauty,
Oh, it's right.
falls asleep, man, Snow White comes through, and the dwarves, who are men, still come and like kind of save her. I think the only one that doesn't really fall in those tracks, but if you really look hard enough, it does, is actually Princess and the Frog. For the sole reason that Tiana actually had her own storyline.
Sure.
Naveen wants to come in, become butt heads in, but I think it was the other way around. Tiana actually saved Naveen from the whole high life royalty style to come back to the middle class of everything, and and then he finally realizes what it's like human.
Right. No, I mean I think you're right. I think what changes often is just the surrounding cast, right? If it's not the dwarves, right, then it's the tea kettle and whatever around Beauty and the Beast, right? Or
even
other
that, like
things
it's
like
beast.
that, right? Or it's in the Little Mermaid, isn't there? Whatever the
Little Mermaid,
other
it's
animals.
Prince Eric.
No, but I'm saying
If it wasn't them, then
Sebastian,
Sebastian,
it's
Flounder.
the surrounding cast that changes.
Yeah.
But the formula, like you said, about someone being saved is pretty similar.
I feel like even that, like every Disney princess has a sidekick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Sleeping
the
Beauty, I
surrounding
think,
cast
had
changes.
the horse.
Yes.
What does Sleeping Beauty have? I don't even know what Sleeping Beauty had. Princess Aurora.
Sleeping Beauty didn't. I was thinking Snow White right now.
Snow White is the dwarves. Mulan is.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty is like the fairy godmother.
That's Cinderella.
Cinderella, that's right.
But Cinderella has the
My bad.
mice.
Right, the mice. Yeah.
Mulan has Mushu. Tiana has. Well, Tiana doesn't technically have anyone.
I don't watch it.
She had a multiple. Yeah, this one hasn't watched Princess and the Frog.
That's his favorite. Or one of his favorites.
That is my favorite Disney princess movie for the sole reason that it's different. It's different from everything else. The other thing that I hate about Disney is that how they're creating live actions. Why remake something that's already good? Jungle Book was probably the only one that was good. The Lion King was kind of bad. I actually never watched The Lion King, so I can't really give an input.
My son. This is going to be a life lesson. For them, it's all about the money. I don't say it's all about the money, like the entire Disney Corporation. What I mean is
money.
something is like people like it. It's a Jungle Book, live action is going to bring people a Snow White live action, whatever else they're dreaming of. At first, will have people gravitate towards it because of the experience with the first movie.
It's like the nostalgic feeling.
Right,
of everything.
exactly. So that's why people are going to, and Disney knows this. It's why they have the rides at Disneyland, Disney World, to tap into your nostalgia. Right?
That's one thing that I think I like that's happening. Splash Mountain changing to Tiana in the Bayou. Can't wait to see
That's your favorite.
Uncle Louis. Not really Uncle Louis. I just call him Uncle Louis. The alligator. Louis.
Or is it
Lou.
Louis?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think it's Louis.
Like I said,
Uncle Louis.
Cool.
The alligator.
Yeah.
The gator. I think I'm happy to see that. And then Ray. Ray has always been one that I actually really like. Him, and then I want to see the Shadow Man in animatronic form. I know it's gonna be scary as hell to some kids, but I know that one's gonna be a fun one to be like around and everything.
Yeah.
But yes, they haven't canceled the Tiana thing. They actually displayed it at D23,
Oh, cool.
so it's all confirmed.
That's good. Yeah. So again, I mean, like that's the lesson, right? That they're gonna still tap into all that nostalgia
Yeah.
to try to make more money.
Just
out
for
of it.
money.
And you know what I'm saying? Next thing you'll know, it'll be a 3D thing. I don't know what the heck.
I hope the hell not. They don't do 3D. Oh my god.
So, based on the popularity
Yeah.
It's gonna happen with others. I don't know how these live action ones have done.
I think the only live action that we've seen is the Jungle Book. Because I forbid myself from seeing the Beauty and
You
the Beast
forbid
one.
yourself, yeah.
I forbidden myself seeing Cinderella. I did not want
Sure.
to see Mulan.
Yeah.
I think I already said it. Lion King. I did not see.
Yeah.
What other live actions are there? Oh, there's a live action Little Mermaid.
Little Mer- yeah,
I
that's
do
right,
not
yeah.
think I'm gonna see that one either.
I I haven't seen the damn one. Oh, I mean, I think the Jungle Book one.
I think the Jungle Book one was just like it did exactly how the movie was. Like they didn't change anything.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. It was exactly how the movie was.
Yeah.
Bare necessities, Mowgli, Black Panther,
Right.
the snake. Everything was just good.
Yeah.
I think the only scary part was actually the snake coming to life. Everything was cool. And the orangutan, I forget his name. King something. Not Rafiki. Rafiki is Lion King.
No, you're right. I know what you're talking about.
I can't think. That's pissing me off. We're gonna look it up after.
Hey, my memory's going. I forget a lot these days.
Yeah. I don't. It's just weird. There's actually one thing. It's not Disney anymore. It's Star Wars. I know Lucasfilm got bought out by Disney.
Yes.
And I know Disney will probably never make this because Disney doesn't like the dark swear everything. That was another thing. I guess Instagram, we'd both seen this, and there was the first shit on Disney. Someone said shit on Disney.
Someone says shit on Star Wars.
On Star Wars.
On Andor. So, like I said, we haven't watched which episode. I believe there's 3 episodes that came out for Andor.
Yeah.
Those 3 initial ones. But yes, there was apparently somebody says something to the effect of shit. We're in trouble. I don't know what the hell it was.
I think it was like shit word. It started with an S. I forget what it was.
Yeah. But there was a shit in there, so
That was probably the funnier thing. That was mainly.
So next time, I promise, we're gonna have that character's name. I don't know if we'd be able to loop it, but I'm definitely gonna have the quote because this guy.
Oh, we're gonna have the
deserves
quote.
This is like historic. This is like Albert Pujols 700. this is like breaking barriers.
Especially for Disney.
I'm gonna keep reminding Star Wars.
Star-
I don't
okay,
care
Star
about
Wars.
Disney. I'm talking about Star Wars right here.
For Star Wars, yes, it's the first like.
So
swear.
the first shit in Star Wars history deserves a medal or
Yeah.
something.
You should get like licensed toys and everything. It shouldn't even say his
Absolutely.
character name. It should just say shit.
Nah, we got to give him some credit. But I can
Guy
but
who said shit.
I can totally see it being like a Woody toy. Oh shit. The little
That'd probably
the
be
little
the best thing.
Look out for it. Hey, nobody copyright this, man. Come on, man. Don't be stealing
It was our
ideas.
idea. Give us credit. But-
hilarious.
I think the Star Wars story that I want to see is actually the Black Plague. And the Black Plague is actually when I think it's a Star Destroyer. I think it's one of the ships. It gets taken over with a disease, and all the stormtroopers turn to zombies. It still gets piloted. Everything turns to a zombie, and it's like this whole thing where it's like if a zombie apocalypse happened in Star Wars.
That would be crazy.
I know I've only seen images of it, and I saw a fan made trailer for it.
Yeah.
And dang, these actually look really cool.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of fan made Star Wars
I
things
was gonna say
where I'm like,
that looks dope as hell.
Star Wars needs to hire these dudes.
They just need to give up that there's only a light side to things, because I think most of those things end up having a dark aspect to them. So
That's true.
absolutely, a lot of the but this is where for me, when fans have to make these types of movies, why is Star Wars Disney, right? Why are they not listening to the fan base? They make a while back. You probably saw a lot of things that were, just a lot of Star Wars lore, and then they created what was canon, what was officially they were sanctioning, and what was like legend and stuff, right? And so a lot of the legend stuff, a lot of the stuff that like I've been saying for years, I would love to see, you know, the one of the core aspects of Star Wars, the rule of two. I would love to see a Darth Bane. Maybe it won't be a whole trilogy, but something that explains and taps his search for the holocrons for, killing off both Jedi and Sith in one fell swoop with what was called a smart bomb, right? Because he wanted to, he felt that the I think it was the Brotherhood of Dark or something like that. I forget the name off the top, but those were what the Sith. They started to be like a Sith team, and what he was like, man, we started as the rule. There was a Sith and an apprentice, not this damn team, and so he was like searching to find all the information, and then was like, we got to reset and have that be the way that we do things. So I would love to see that kind of movie. I would love to see something about Darth Revan. You've seen, that's somebody that I've totally dug for many years.
He's
right?
his lightsaber too.
Yeah,
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's really cool.
So
Hold
yeah,
the button and it goes from red to purple.
yeah, we'll show you lightsabers. But
Yeah, it was like-
you know what I mean? Like Darth Revan, like where are those stories? You can't. Life, unfortunately, sometimes it has its ups and downs. Come on, man. You can't tell me everything's always fluffy and it works out for everybody, right?
Yeah, that's the other
So-
thing.
So yeah,
I feel like Disney needs to like open eyes a little bit.
their eyes.
Well, okay, their eyes, yes,
Yes.
but I think also to like their younger audience. I get Disney Junior, Doc McStuffins, Mickey Mouse, all the other. I actually don't even know. I don't know if Doc McStuffins is running.
I'm not saying we
I
should.
know Mickey Mouse is running,
I-
but
I'm not saying to kill the that kind of concept for the little ones. I'm just talking.
yeah, I meant
grow
like
older.
I mean like if it moves to like Disney XD and like Cartoon Network. I actually don't even know if Boomerang is around. You guys remember Boomerang? Good job. I remember Boomerang only because we went to McDonald's and they'd play. There's a McDonald's closer to what is it? Closer to we like far away from where we live, not too far, but it had this whole like really big play place, and there was actually TVs in it, and it always have Boomerang. If it wasn't Boomerang, it was Cartoon Network, but it was rare that it was Cartoon Network.
Yep.
Boomerang would always play Tom and Jerry, Pink Panther, the Looney Tunes, like all these different channels,
Yep.
or all these different like your average Saturday morning cartoon show.
Yep.
At least for them.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls, Invader Zim, Dexter's Laboratory,
Oh,
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
it was lovely. It would get his attention.
Yeah, I'd actually stop doing slides and everything because I just remember watching these shows. Because the shows that I like watched as a kid,
Yep.
I'll say them to other people and they'd be like, "What the hell is that show?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Sure.
I guess I just grew up with the older head of cartoon shows.
Mhm.
Because I remember watching the old Tom and Jerry's, like where it was like it looked laggy and everything.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, those were like
But like I remember those
70s
ones.
or whatever.
I remember like the old Invader Zims. I remember that like the Dexter's Laboratory where it's like where it almost seems like it's 4 frames a minute and everything. Like I remember those ones, and then there's other ones. Like there's other new ones that I remember. Like there's one Special Agent Oso, little yellow bear special agent, and there's actually one.
I remember the name.
It was a funny show.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was Oswald.
I don't remember that one.
Oswald was about an octopus, and it was like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Cool.
Like it was just random dude, and you just walk around. I think Daniel Tiger. I was about to say Leo the Lion again. I always get that mixed up. Daniel Tiger didn't like his neighborhood, ripped it off.
Mm.
Like I remember those ones. And then there was one. Mom didn't let me used to watch this one, but if I could, I would. Crash and Bernstein. It was just so stupidly funny. It was a regular dude, regular kid, and then his like puppet friend. But like his puppet friend would do all these crazy risky stunts, jumping out of windows at 30 feet or 30 levels, doing all this like lit on fire,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
punched by the biggest bully and
Yeah.
like everything. Which is super funny.
Many cartoons, I think, have been that. I mean, when you're saying that, I'm thinking of the Road Runner and obviously like,
Roadrunner, Wile E.
Tom and Jerry,
Coyote,
like all,
Tom
like
and
you're right. I
Jerry,
mean, like there was a lot of just
Doc and Bugs,
slapstick and punching. And,
Doc and Bugs.
even I remember Popeye and Bluto and beating each other up. Anyway, so the point, like you're saying, I mean, I think that's right. You know, like
Yeah,
that's what,
like
it's just stupid funny sometimes. That's all it needs to be when you're little.
I think when you're little, it's just like dumb little jokes and everything, just to like get your attention. But I feel like once it hits the Disney XD age, and because
Mhm.
when I think Disney XD age, I actually think of like 8, 6, 8, 10, around 6
Sure.
to 10
Yeah, yeah.
years
I
old,
got
like around that age,
Yep.
where it's actually starting to open eyes that not everything is so easy in life. Not everything is
Right. There's lessons to be
like
learned
obviously
from what's
there has
going
to be
on.
new lessons to be learned and everything.
Right.
So I feel like doing opening eyes, so it's not like, oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, taxes. I didn't know what the hell those were. I hear them talk about like, oh, we need to do this and this for taxes, and I'm like, what's a tax?
Mhm.
And obviously, I did learn about it later, but it's like, I feel like there has to be like small lessons. Like there could be the full episode, like full episode on what else is happening. But I feel like afterward, just a little educational lesson, like, oh, here's this and this. Oh, here's this. Obviously, there is the talk with other stuff
Mhm.
like that one. Yeah, later down the line. But yeah, birds and the bees.
Birds and the bees. Buzz, buzz. Chirp, chirp, buzz, buzz. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see that face on him a lot. So you know, he thinks
Some of
I'm,
the
he
some
thinks
of
I'm
the jokes,
embarrassing him at times.
maybe there.
Just
I
in
know there
general.
are people who find those things funny, but
Like slapstick humor, man. It's like it was like punching Bluto right now. Yes, people will find it funny.
we
You
we
will
we do
find
come.
it funny.
That camera's dead.
Oh, that's right. But if it
Point
was,
it-
you as well will find it funny.
um, we do come from two sides of humor.
Yeah.
I think I come from more of like the dark side of humor. Or if I see a kid get hit, then it's kind of humorous to me.
That's humorous to me. Well, it was more humorous to me before. I've grown up a little.
I know there's other things that I can't really think off the top of my head that's just like funny to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we do come from two different sides of humor. So a lot of things that he laughs at sometimes, I won't laugh at. And sometimes when I laugh at some stuff, he won't laugh at it. But it's just whatever.
But then there's the time.
But then there are other
He was
times
just
where it's
cracking up.
both of us, and it's just cracking up all the time.
Yes, there is that as well.
I think, yeah, later down the lines, like, to get into different stories, because there is a story. It's a baseball story of him in the bathroom.
Oh,
Should we just say it?
now we gotta save it. Come on, man. You're trying to give it all up on the first. Come on, man.
But we got other baseball stories.
I know, and then that's when we'll say it. Save
Okay.
it.
So there are There are
Stay
baseball stories.
tuned for more baseball stories. The bathroom one.
Maybe be next week. There are stories that we have. There are stories that I have. He has. Occasionally, maybe. You guys will see Mom come in, then she'll talk a little bit,
She's camera shy. She's camera shy.
kind of. That's the other thing. I think for us, like the camera doesn't really affect us. Like
Sure.
there are people. I know there are people and I see it on YouTube too, where there'll be one way on YouTube, like all holly jolly and everything, but then when it's behind the camera, then it's like, okay, what the hell are we doing? Like then they put on this like serious attitude, and at times I do get it, like to get stuff done. Then it's like, there's actually one person, there's one streamer, YouTuber that does not actually do that. His name is Dr. Disrespect. For many of you who watch him, know him, and everything, I like how he does everything. Like he'll stay in his character anywhere he goes. It's actually really cool.
That's cool.
But I think that's the other thing. Like with us, cameras behind, in front, side, the background character, whatever. I feel like it's just, we're doing whatever. But I know for me, I think, because I did stream a little bit, like gameplay and everything. I didn't have a camera, so, or I didn't have the proper webcam for what I have.
Yep.
So you couldn't really see my facial expressions. But I know for me, I'd still play the same way. If I'm streaming COD Search and Destroy, if I'm streaming with one of my friends, just doing it by myself, like I'm still doing the same gameplay that I do every time.
Well, I think like you're pointing to something, right? That
It's not for everyone.
Sure, it's not for everybody, and maybe it's my line of work. Maybe it's what I've seen. I mean, for me, you gotta have fun, is what I think. I mean, just in life in general, right? And the bathroom story, it's stuff like that where it's just kind of like you can, be yourself, not disrespecting folks, not doing. You mean like just in some ways, I have felt like there's a camera on you every day of the week, just your life. It would be interesting to have kind of the replay of, because
rewind.
Right. I think everybody has done something hella funny. Everybody has said something hella funny, and they were like, "Damn, that could have been on a sitcom. That was like a great joke."
I've also done something hella stupid.
Right, all of it, right?
Said something hella stupid.
And just imagine if it was like on some channel, I'm sure people would be laughing. So I treat like life like that, right? Like it's like there's gonna be funny times, there's serious, there's all this kind of stuff. This is a more opportunity to just kind of like kick back, talk about things, have fun, enjoy, and like you said, kind of be real from that perspective. So, I agree with you. I don't think that for us, there's we're putting on a persona. We're putting on something else. And even when you suggested, this was my son, it was Manny's suggestion to try to do this. And I was like, let's do it. Let's see what happens. We aren't in it to, have millions and millions of followers. Just like, let's see how this goes. If
it does come, like, thank you to all.
Right. Of course. Yes. We are humble, I think, from that perspective. But again, it's not for that reason. It's for us.
It's for, I think it is, like, just to have fun.
Right. And should other people enjoy our fun
that we put on the show,
that is awesome. And we would just feel good about that too, right? That we're making other people feel a little happy too. Yeah. And if it doesn't, I mean, we had fun doing it anyway. Again, that was the goal of it. So we're here, we're there.
I know other things, like just to randomly talk about at times. I think there will be segments that we do talk about news things.
Yeah, we want to throw everything in there.
Like, I think the most recent, biggest headline that's come out, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, the death of Queen Elizabeth in England.
Yeah.
I know for many Americans, it's like, who the hell is that? But for those who don't know, it is kind of just the Queen of England.
Was the Queen of England?
Was the Queen of England. Yeah. There's like random news headlines. Someone wins a championship, we'll probably talk about it. Someone wins.
Yep.
I don't even know. Someone wins something, we'll probably talk about it.
Someone wins the lotto. Hopefully that'll be us.
Hopefully.
But yes, I agree with you. We'll mix in some things here and there.
Yeah.
What do you think, sir? Are wrapped up for the first time.
Huh? I think for episode 1, we got a lot. We actually didn't even expect it to go this long.
Yeah. We just started to flow.
We went for solid 50
I-
minutes.
I think I go back to this, right? And you said it, right? We thank in advance anybody that, even watches 30 seconds of
From
whatever.
day 1.
Yeah.
We're going to thank all you guys.
But it is our day one, right? And we messed up. We had a camera go out. We
We had a camera go out.
So we gonna figure all this stuff out, right, and be better prepared. But like I said, it was pilot, right? This was season 1, episode
Episode
1,
one.
right? Who knows if it was also season 1, episode last? But
No.
we're not open that, right?
Not going to be that. I
So, yeah.
think,
So are we
Sure.
calling it a wrap?
yeah. But for
Yeah,
future
sorry, go for it.
for future references, a lot of the things what we're trying to do, or what we're gonna try and do, is right now we're recording on a Sunday, not Sunday, on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So then we can upload on a Sunday, hopefully like Sunday morning or something. Just to like give you guys in the beginning of the week some content and everything. Thank you for that.
We're gonna try to be
For
consistent.
that to head out to like just to be prepared. Mainly, maybe a lot of things. Maybe it does turn into we have podcast episodes, and then we have like gaming episodes, and then we have like vlog episodes. But I think just for now, that's like for future. But I
Yep.
think just for now, I think we're just gonna stick with podcasts and everything. Talk about random crap, Star Wars, COD, sports, news, stories.
Yeah.
Have mom come embarrass both of us at times.
Sure.
With this- yeah.
I wonder if we ask Alexa if they'll be able to hear it. What Samuel Jackson's favorite word is. Oh,
Alexa.
stop!
Alexa, stop.
Oh my gosh.
She went.
is
She went
sensitive.
off. She went off, and we didn't ask about Wikipedia.
ALEXA is sensitive.
The Amazon Echo is very sexy.
Sexative? Wow.
Sensitive.
Sexative.
Not sensitive. Sensitive.
What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know if you guys hear it. Alexa, ask Sam what his favorite word is. Hopefully you guys hear this. So,
And we'll leave you guys on that note, right? Thanks for watching, y'all.
see ya.